Okay, so the next type of bowl that I'm going to go over how to make is a coil bowl. Okay, so this here is a coil bowl. You can see it's got the coils on the outside here, and then on the inside it's smooth, even though it's a little hard to see with the way that this one's been glazed with a crystallized glaze. But to do this, it's pretty simple. What I did is I took and I made my bowl, formed it inside of this bowl. Okay, and then I took it out and I put the foot on the bottom, which is what we're going to do. Okay, so in order to do that, first thing you're going to want to do is take your bowl, 2 spritzes, quick spritzes of the Mazola spray or whatever it is, the grease, and you're going to kind of go around and grease up all parts of your bowl, even up around to the top. You just need a thin layer of the grease. Okay, set that off to the side, take this and throw it away. And then the next thing that we need to learn to do is how to roll a coil. Okay, so in order to roll a coil, you have to have a chunk of wedged clay and a clear spot on your table. Okay, so rolling a coil is about pressure. So what you do is you take some clay, and you have to think about how thick you want your coil to be. You want your coil to be roughly about the size of your pinky. Okay, so about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the clay, squish it back and forth so you get it into this kind of cylindrical form. You can roll it in your hands a little bit. And then what you want to do to start this off is you're going to take your coil and you're going to twist the ends opposite. Okay? Set it on the table and just gently, we're rolling from our fingertips to our palms. That's the width that you want to roll. You're going to go start in the middle and roll to either the left or the right, and then you go back across. So you can only do this one-handed. Now, if you're hearing the blah, 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 as it rolls, take the coil and gently twist it again. If your clay is dry, you're not going to be able to do this. It's going to crack. Okay, so you want to make sure you have plastic clay for this. And now it's long enough that we can do this with both of our hands. So you're going to go from fingertips to palms, rolling this out again. Anytime you see something where it's a little bit thicker, you can roll it with just one hand to kind of thin it out, but you hopefully get this nice and even. Okay, now what we're going to do from here, you can take this coil. I kind of rip the ends off because they usually are not even. Okay, save them because we can make slip with them. Now you can come up with some design to put in your bowl, or you can just do straight coils. So for my design, I did spirals. Okay, if you want to do that, how you do a spiral is you take your little bit of water and run it along your coil. And then what you do next is you just kind of take it and curl it on itself. And you can stop at any point in time. And you want to continue to add pressure while you're coiling this. Trying to keep it even. You could even do it this way if you wanted to on the table. Just be careful that you're adding pressure to it as you coil it, and then it doesn't stick to the table. You might want to do it on a piece of paper. Okay, so I have a spiral here. So then what I'm going to do with my spiral is I'm going to figure out where I want to place it in my bowl. Okay, you might want to smooth this together here too a little bit where the spirals connect right there. Okay. So I'm going to take this, kind of get it flattened out. So I'm being careful not to lose my design. I'm going to look at which side looks better and put it on the outside of the bowl. Okay, so if I want it right there, it might slip around in the bowl a little bit. Okay, and like go down like that until I get more pieces added in. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is set this off to the side and just continue to roll coils. It doesn't always have to be a coil though, and it doesn't always have to be a spiral. You could do lots of different versatile things with coils. You could take a coil and you could just chop up little circular pieces. You can make shapes that are not circular. You could do squares. You could do triangles. I mean, you could do lots of different things with coil pots. It doesn't always have to be the shape of the coil. Coils are probably one of the most versatile ways you can work with pottery. And if you haven't made a cup yet, you use a coil to make the handle. We do reinforcement seams. You use coils in building a lot. Okay, so let's say I just wanted to make a pot, coil pot, just right up to the top. So if you wanted to do that, what you're going to do is take these, rip off the ends. I'm going to start inside of my bowl here. I'm going to take my pot and or my coil and just make a line of water to it. And I am going to begin it with a little bit of a spiral, like this, for roughly about what the base is. You can measure it. So I need maybe like one more time around. And then I'm going to put it in my bowl. I'm going to take and kind of wrap this around itself. And adjust this so you can see it. Kind of wrap this around itself like this on the inside, so it's at the bottom, and then I'm going to add more coils to that are out towards the bowl and just continue to build it up on the side. Okay, and then once you get your coil pot done, we'll show you next how to smooth it together.